Welcome to CTN Sports 2016 Basketball Preview Show. I'm your host, Kevin Bryant. On today's show, we'll visit with each of the girls and boys head coaches as they prepare for their upcoming season. Up first, the Pioneer boys. For head coach Rex Stanczak, this is a team he's been waiting for years. They're returning 9 out of the 12 players from last year's squad, coming off a district title, and he has one of the area's best young players in Drew Louder. This team is poised to go a long way, maybe all the way.
Well, I think we can be as good as anybody. Our goal is to get to the Breslin and try to win a state championship. And I guess, really that should be your goal every year. Some years it's a pipe dream. This year for us, I think it's reality. We've got 11 guys returning from our roster, which I've never really had before. A lot of guys with a lot of experience. We competed at the highest level this summer. We beat teams like East English Village and UAD Jesuit, who are, top 10 teams. So I feel like we can compete with anybody as long as we get it done out here on the practice floor, which, as any coach will tell you, they're not totally pleased yet with that. But I think we're going to get there.
Competition for minutes began with packed preseason workouts for Pioneer, pleasing Coach Stanczak, who is aware that this may cause him to tweak his lineups even with this experienced team.
We probably had the best fall we've ever had since I've been here in terms of we literally opened the gym Monday through Friday. And we usually only went 3 days a week, but the demand was so high. These guys were in here, the gun was set up, and guys were coming in for 4-man workouts. And so we've had a lot of improvement from some of those guys that were fringe rotation or non-rotation guys. And now they're pushing the guys that you've seen play before. So you're going to see some new faces even though we have so many people back.
One player to watch this season will be sophomore Drew Louder. His coach believes the 5'11" combo guard's game is so scary he could truly be a special player for Pi High.
This probably is outrageous considering, some of the guys that we have even across this city. I expect Drew to be the best guard in the conference. I'm not saying that boldly as bulletin board material for the guys at Skyline, because I have tremendous respect for the guards they have over there. They're all terrific, but that's kind of the pressure I'm putting on Drew. That's sort of the expectation I have for him. From a natural talent and IQ standpoint, he absolutely can be as good as anybody we've ever had.
Back to anchor this outstanding senior class will be big man Jordan Curry, a double-double points and rebounding machine.
He's gotten so much better. He's so much more explosive than he was before. He's got tremendous skill level. He's kind of like what you think of as a European big, 6'6", but he can step out and shoot it. He passes it great, handles it. He can block shots, he rebounds. He's gotten a lot better. We're playing a little bit more two bigs with he and Noah Osabor now playing together. So Jordan's playing a little bit more on the perimeter. He's not just stuck with his back to the basket. I think it's sort of opened his game up, and I think he's going to have a great year.
Guards Chris McGoy and Derek Murray need to get 100% healthy if the Pioneers expect to advance deep into the state playoffs.
He hit a lot of the big shots down the stretch. He has that little extra something to him. Another guy who I think is going to have an unbelievable senior year if we can get him healthy is Derek Murray. He's made an enormous jump. And so we got to get those two guys healthy. That will, we're going to be okay. We still got Cedric Benton and there's other guys that you guys haven't seen before that have really made a huge jump, like Mo Sumaoro and Will Kirk. But when we can get Derek and Chris healthy, we're going to be pretty dynamic.
1, 2, 3, Pioneer!
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
If history holds true, it may be the Skyline Eagles who claim the district title this year. The past 3 seasons has produced a new champ from the SEC Red Division.
We were able to win the district 2 years ago, go all the way to the regional final, win that. And then Huron won 2015, and then Pioneer won it last year. And we're all going to be good this year, and it's going to be battles, and the students really come out full effect. We're lucky to have them come here, and I mean, our students will show up in droves for the Pioneer Huron game. I mean, they'll just in both sides, and it's an electric feeling. I mean, it's great.
The 2016 Eagles are stacked with arguably the area's best long-range bombers. A bonus for Coach Lovelace is his team's unselfish nature.
They enjoy making the next guy better, and so you're going to see us really spread the court, move the ball a lot, make the extra pass, and it's always a point of emphasis. And so the guys really buy into the team atmosphere, and the more that we do that, I mean, we're going to really try to have up tempo to get lots of possessions, and so those kinds of things lend themselves to having enough to go around.
Expect major buckets from junior guard Brandon Wade, who'll be joined in the backcourt this year with his younger brother Ryan, a sophomore. D1 colleges have already begun to flood scholarship offers to these 2 gifted young ballers.
Brandon's now his 3rd year on varsity as a junior, and he was starting as a freshman, and his leadership has just grown tremendously. He's taken ownership of where he wants his team to go, and that's all the way to the Breslin Center. I mean, he doesn't hide what he wants to do. And Ryan's coming off a knee injury last year. He's just a special player. So, I mean, the 2 of them, their attitude just couldn't be better, and they are really good players. Brandon has close to 10 D1 scholarship offers already, the bigger conferences are starting to look at him now because, I mean, he's a very special player. And Ryan has an offer from Toledo already, and so I mean, they see, even though they're sophomore and junior right now, they see the potential.
A balanced offensive attack and team rebounding will be key factors for Skyline to maximize its season.
Defensively, we're going to have to keep getting bigger and stronger, and keeping people out of the lane and rebounding as best we can. Along with a lot of our returners, we're going to have Darius Hall and Deshaun Munson helping with our front court rebounding, and Brandon Ryan, Jack Ammerman, Christian Knox from the outside, just talented. They're going to the basket more and more, great shooters. And then K'Ron Rogers and Dan Black are really good at boxing out, rebounding, being physical, and so we should have really good inside-outside mix this year. Should be fun to watch.
I want to go running.
But my stumpy arms are best suited for browsing a2gov.org/CTN. For real, check us out at a2gov.org/CTN.
Okay, Bob, we got it.
Leading the Rats this season will be interim coach Jay Shinar, a Huron grad who played for and later assisted with former coach Waleed Samaha. Coach Shinar is anxious at the opportunity to add to his alma mater's rich basketball tradition.
Coach Samaha built a beautiful thing here, Huron basketball program. I mean, about 14 years ago when he took this thing, it was a 2-14 program, and he built this up to where they were winning 8 straight district championships in a row. So I've got a lot, big shoes to fill. Biggest thing is I just got to be myself. You know, Coach Samaha built a beautiful thing here. I don't want to take away from anything Coach Samaha has done, but also want to bring in a little bit of a new spin of what I can bring, a little bit more personality, and just kind of take it from there. Everyone here, the support cast around Coach Samaha has all stayed, and they've been really supportive in helping me out and kind of bringing me into the family. The Huron basketball family is a huge community and a huge family. Everyone speaks to Huron basketball. They played here, they went here, they were part of this family. So I'm just a piece of the puzzle, nothing more than that. We're athletic, we're fast, we like to go up and down. We will be in the defensive lanes and easy baskets. I think you just hit it. We were talking as a coaching staff, what's the easiest way to get buckets? We really pride ourselves on our defense creating our offense. And if our defense creates our offense, that means we're in the fast break, easy baskets, lots of layups, and that's where I think we'll be successful.
Huron returns a deep senior class, along with juniors Avery Lewis and Lou Willis. Coach Sinar hopes their growth provides a good balance for the Rats this season.
7 returning seniors, Jack Smith, Lawrence Rowley, Alec Anderson, first-team all-conference players coming back. Avery Lewis is a junior who was on the team last year, and Lewis Willis is a junior now. He was a sophomore last year. Those guys, that added sophomore year is huge for a lot of guys. It really slows the game down come their junior year. So we think with the juniors' experience now and the seniors coming back, we should be ready to go, ready to roll.
The boys' hoop scene will be full of must-see games this season. Coach Sinar makes no bones about how his team needs to play if they are to reach their goals this season.
Defense, outside shooting. We really got to stick to our defense. We really need to defend and keep that Huron defense identity. If our leaders step up and if we keep talking and keep that family atmosphere, I think we're going to be okay. We need to shoot the ball a little better. You know, first and second day practices, you're always walking out like, wow, we can't make a freaking shot. So we just need to get through. We need to get some shots up, and I think we'll be all right. It's awesome. I mean, the atmosphere and the environment is crazy right now in Ann Arbor. Basketball is probably as high as I've seen it in a while. Skyline basketball is booming. Pioneer's doing a great job. We're still Huron. All schools have a lot of talent. I mean, Skyline's got Brandon Wade, Jack Ammerman, Christian Knox, go down the line, lots of guards in the areas. We're just excited to be part of it. I'm excited to be playing in it. And yeah, we're just excited. I mean, the gyms are going to be packed. May the best team win.
Let me ask you a question. What do you value? How about access to your child's education, their football game, their swim meet, their high school musical, their academic future? Does that matter? What about your access to your government, your police, fire, and public safety, parks and recreation activities, state and local officials, the folks you elect to make decisions for your community? Is that worth anything to you? What about your rights, freedom of speech, to communicate your message, to let your voice be heard? That's got to count for something, right? So let me ask you again, what do you value? How about public, educational, and government access television? It belongs to you. Let's keep it that way.
Skyline's new coach, Johnny Horn, brings a history of fast program turnarounds. He recently led Warren Fitzgerald to higher win totals in each season he coached the Spartans. He brings strong discipline with clear expectations to a young Eagle program.
I expected 110%, nothing less, because I gonna give 110%. So if I'm gonna give it, I expect it in return. One of the first things that I told them in the meeting was no excuses. So we're in this thing together. I'm not gonna have excuses. I don't expect them to.
Coach Horn hopes to surprise some teams, even though his Eagles may lack ideal varsity size as well as experience. He hopes his team turns these potential weaknesses into strengths, mainly by controlling the game tempo.
My plan is to be scrappy, try to cause a lot of chaos. At this particular time, we're probably going to be the youngest team in Ann Arbor. But with that being said, that kind of favors us too because nobody knows anything about us. So we can come out, we can play our game with no expectations because from my knowledge, nobody's expecting us to do anything this year. So we want to surprise some people.
With so many first-year varsity players suiting up and only 3 seniors on his roster, Coach Horn's first year may be challenging, but rest assured, he's ready for it.
That's the key. I've sat down and talked to each one of them, and especially our point guard, freshman point guard, Cammy Tirico, and our senior point guard, Jalen. I think it starts with those two because they're going to be the ones engineering that fast break, and they're going to have to be steady. They're going to have to execute. They're going to have to limit turnovers and just play smart basketball, and I think that's the key. As long as we're able to play smart basketball being so young, then it should allow us to be successful offensively. So the storyline for me, in my eyes, is if we can limit turnovers and cash in on our layups and free throws, it should be a beautiful season.
Taking over at Huron will be Lindsay Clemmer, who's no stranger to the Ann Arbor coaching scene. She's thrilled to lead the program that's literally ran things in girls basketball for nearly a decade.
I'm very excited about it. It also, I think, puts a lot of pressure on me a little bit, because what they did build here and what they have done here for a long time has been very successful, historically very successful. So I need to come in and make sure that I fill those shoes and make sure that I push the program in that direction still. It was great going back to my alma mater, and it did. It felt like home when I walked in there. But when I walked in here in the summer, I told everybody I had a brand new feeling, and it was a good feeling for me. It was new, and I looked at it as a challenge and something that I'm ready to kind of take to the next level. And I always tell my kids I want to push them outside of their comfort zone, and this is what that was for me. This is outside of my comfort zone. But I'm looking forward to it because that's the only way that you continuously grow. But being back in Ann Arbor after 3-4 years away, I feel that, in a sense, I feel a little bit about being home again, being bright. I pass Concordia on the way here, every day, so I have that, and Concordia holds a big piece in my heart. So when I do come through on Getty's and get off there and I see Concordia, I can live that, and I can also say, all right, now I'm pushing forward to be as successful there. Now I want to be that here.
For Coach Clemmer, the cupboards aren't nearly empty in the greenhouse. Some additional bad news for visiting coaching staffs will be their signature pressure defense. She plans to bring it back.
We have some talent, I'm not going to lie, and those girls know that some of them are very talented. But I've always told them talent doesn't matter if you're not willing to dive on the floor, if you're not willing to do the little things, if you're not willing to play defense. Defense is a sense of pride for me. It's not necessarily talent. It is just basically saying I'm willing to get down and stop somebody. And yeah, there's some muscle and athleticism in there that it's involved, but it really is. I always say you just got to take pride in your defense as an individual and then as a team. And that's the biggest thing, is getting them to buy into the team defense part. Anybody can play one-on-one, anybody can probably stop somebody, but we all need to be working together. And so that's going to kind of be our forte. Defensively, we're going to try and get a lot of our points out of that. We want to get up and down the floor offensively, but I keep telling them it's going to come from our defense. It's going to come from our steals and our speed and our turnovers. That's going to allow us to score easily.
Emily Marsh and Cara Wilson, seniors that Coach Clemmer would love to coach a few extra years, will be counted on big if the Rats are able to check off all of their goals this season.
I coached Emily and Cara both when they were freshmen in high school at Michigan Elite in Livonia. So I know them as players, I know them as kids. And you know, from freshman year till now, they are just light years from where they were. And it's so cool to have seen the progress. What we're coming in here every day to work for is to be in Breslin in March. It's going to be a hard road. It's not going to be easy. I'm sure it's going to be up and down. But that's everybody's goal because they were one game away last year, and they have that bitter taste in their mouth. They're hungry. They're a little mad. And, you know, we're looking at what we have returning and what we have coming in from the young ones and, you know, from the transfers. And we feel like we have all the tools necessary to make it there. So that's the ultimate goal.
Now you can follow CTN on Facebook and Twitter. Yay! Keep up with what viewers and producers like you are saying and doing, and see when upcoming workshop classes will take place. CTN, Lab 9.
The final team in our preview are the Pioneers, led by head coach Ty Hicks, whose team took full advantage of their off-season. The second-year head coach is more relaxed, freeing himself and his staff to spend more time on player development as well as team bonding.
I think the big thing is, you know, we've had the opportunity to prepare. You know, we've had a full off-season, had the opportunity to just come in and spend time with the girls, work on their skill, and just little simple things like having all my ordering done before the season starts, my parent meetings done. So you just come into the season just feeling a little more relaxed, a little more prepared. We've spent a lot of time this year. You know, we had a great June and July this summer. We had a lot of open gym here pre-season where, you know, the girls just had the opportunity to get together and play. And then we spent a lot of time out on the track, you know, watching them run around the track. So I got the opportunity to just kind of bond with them there in kind of a different environment. We've been in the weight room a ton, so we've just had different areas other than on the basketball court. You know, we can spend time with each other. You know, every coach is going to tell you, well, we want to win league, we want to. Honestly, for us, we just want to get better every single day. You know, and I think if we continue to do that, we're going to be just fine in the end. We want to make sure defensively we're always engaged, we're always doing what we're supposed to do. We're limiting teams to one shot. We're always in position on defense. We're always communicating with each other. And then on the offensive end of the floor, just basically playing team basketball, taking good shots, and then, you know, spending a lot of time making sure that we can knock down those shots.
Nice pass to Burgard for the open layup.
Several starters return, including sophomore forward Asaria Thurman, along with seniors Laura Stroud and Emily Argensinger.
First and foremost, we've got Asaria Thurman. She's a sophomore this year. She's a returning starter. You know, and we're really looking for her to continue to work hard and get better and, you know, really just kind of hold down the fort, you know, for the basketball team. We got Emily Argersinger, Laura Stroud. You know, those are my two returning seniors that were starters last year that I expect big things out of this year. And then my sixth man last year, Lakia Harris, she's starting this year. And I expect a lot of good things out of her.
Lakia Harris at the line for the Pioneers.
My expectation is that anytime my team steps on the floor, we're going to give 100% and we're going to come out and compete. And as long as we do that, we'll be just fine.
That's a wrap for our 2016 basketball preview show. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can watch all CTN sports online at our YouTube channel. And do me a favor, while you're there, press the subscribe button. You'll receive notifications about CTN Sports as well as other local programming. Well, until next time, for CTN Sports, I'm Kevin Bryant.